So if you're a subscriber to this channel or you've been through any of the content on the channel, you will know that we put a lot of emphasis on mindset to get success. And this is something that we've not seen any other person in this loan brokering industry ever talk about. And I have no understanding as to why. I do know that a lot of people like to hype this whole profession up, and they sell their wares, they sell their lead generation courses or whatever it is they're doing. We're brokers and we focus on what loan brokering is all about, and we train on the things that help us get success as loan brokers. And one of those things is mindset. Now, whether you believe that or not right now, it doesn't really matter. The thing is, if you do get into this, and certainly if you come into our program, there will be a point, and it happens generally pretty quickly, where you will realize that it's a thing and it's something that you need to work on. This is the reason we have a resident mindset coach. And this is the reason we take this thing so seriously. It's the reason why most people quit, right? Because they're not working on this. They don't think that there's going to be any hardship or any pain before the gain comes in, right? And the bottom line is that if you are not prepared to move through this resistance that you will inevitably encounter, if you don't understand your habitual patterns that lead to sabotage, you won't get success. It's that simple. Now, when we coach and help folk in the community break through some of these barriers, these sort of self-sabotaging habits that they generally have, they like to post in the group because, having these breakthroughs, once you understand, once you know, you can't unknow, right? And then the results start to come in thick and fast. So I wanted to just show you what some of these guys are saying and really just kind of walk you through those breakthroughs. So with that said, I'll catch you on the other side. Thank you. Hey guys, so welcome here. So first of all, before I get into this, please excuse the unsexy design. I know this is looks very basic. I really just wanted to put this together and focus on what the guys have said, as opposed to spending time making this look pretty. Okay, now there's lots of different programs out there in the marketplace. Okay, we are the only one out there that is designed and built and run by loan brokers. We're the only one out there that actually teaches everything there is to know about loan brokering. We're not just focused on lead generation and marketing tricks and hacks. It's everything, and that requires going deep to a level of detail that a lot of people aren't even aware exists in this whole profession. Now, as you know, we focus a lot on mindset, and it's very easy to underappreciate just how important that is. And often you don't realize the importance of that until you start getting into resistance, where actually it's the mindset that really kicks into gear that gets you through that. Okay, now what I mean by that is that, look, we have a program that is milestone based. It's workflow based training, step by step. We have a lot of support, daily one-on-one coaching. You've got the mindset coaching, Gerald, and even me, and this is where these posts are coming from. I'm very active behind the scenes, and we're very much aware of what the expectations should be for a new student, and where we see people maybe that aren't hitting those sort of milestones, we'll be reaching out and asking them what's going on, what can we do to help. And this is where a lot of these posts come from. So I just wanted to walk you through some of these sort of transitions so you can get a real deeper insight into what it is people typically go through when they have their breakthroughs to actually making money. Now, this guy here, obviously I have to redact the names here, but he came in as, I would say, a fairly experienced broker. He'd gone through a few different of his different programs out there, and it just wasn't happening for him. And so one of the challenges that we've had to help him with is kind of unlearning the things that he learned so we can learn our way of approaching it. And you can see here, I mean, I always make myself available to everybody, no matter what the reasons are. Okay, I mean, this isn't one of those programs where you come in and if you need help and support, you've got to send an email through and wait 24 hours or so to get some sort of response. We'll just jump on calls with you, right? Because it's really important that everybody has momentum, because without momentum, it's very easy to just get put off or lose confidence and just quit, right? And ultimately, nobody gets anything if they quit, and that's not what this whole thing's about. So this guy here, you can kind of see here, he's been doing the work, but it wasn't really coming together. And one of the things he had to kind of realize was that it's not just the work that you do that really gets the results. And if I simplify the big breakthrough that this guy's had, it's really just being himself and just telling these people how it is. And I know that seems like so crazy and so simple, but it's actually just the truth of it, right? We're kind of taught that customer service is the thing that wins us business. We're taught that we've got to be nicey and do everything that the client says because the client is always right. Now, I'm not saying that's wrong in certain industries, but in loan brokering, it's the absolute wrong way to focus on things. And so you can see here, I kind of had a bit of back and forth with this guy in the group, just really to help other people. And I'll kind of go to this part here because you can see here he's got things together now, right? He's having a lot more conversions. A lot of the deal flow he's getting through is very high quality, and it's literally imminently a matter of time before he starts funding. And with that funding will be consistency, because that's the key thing that we teach. It's one of the main things that most new brokers struggle with. It's one thing funding a deal and you might make 10, 20k on that deal, but if you've no idea how to repeat that every single month, then what's the point? What are we doing here, right? So that's why we always focus on consistency. And you can see here, he's very consistent with his work. That's something that we absolutely insist on. And after that, the perfect way that I was qualifying the client and not waste time with the client that cannot qualify for a loan. So one of the things that we also teach here is how to be ruthless with your time and ultimately then with the potential clients. So many brokers waste time just chatting and being nice and believing that they've got to build rapport and a relationship. It's absolute trash, guys. It's BS, right? So, and Leo's here has realised that, and when he realised that, it clicked, the penny dropped, and things started to dramatically change for him. So it's understanding that your time is limited, and it's actually the prospect that has to respect that time, and therefore they need to answer your questions quickly and efficiently, and you decide whether they're worth it or not, right? And so it is like a ladder. It's like a ladder of learning and of building your knowledge, because your questions dramatically change depending on the level of knowledge that you have. And this is kind of what I say here, right? We're not teaching people how to fund deals and make money. That's the end outcome. But the end outcome doesn't happen unless you have the knowledge. And that's the big thing that we're doing here. It's knowledge transfer from a group of individuals that do this stuff daily. Okay? You cannot fail if you're learning from people that do this and make money in exactly the same way that they're teaching you to do it. And that's really all it comes down to. How serious are you about making this thing work for yourself? If you just want to get a few leads in and try a few things and kid yourself, then there's tons of places to go for that sort of stuff. What we focus on here is learning. Okay? It's dissecting situations and scenarios when it doesn't go your way. Okay? So instead of actually getting despondent with that, or maybe looking externally for things to blame, the lesson we know often lies within, and this brings us back to mindset. We teach how to self-diagnose these scenarios and make improvements every single time, right? So we're focused on what can we learn from the situation as opposed to becoming emotional about the situation. Emotion leads to stress, leads to anxiety. And the real, and again, just to simplify why that happens, because the thing that we want isn't the thing that we have in reality. And so it's important that we learn to be accurate with our diagnosis. And the quickest thing we have to do there is to teach you to shut off that emotion so you can be analytical about what is actually going on. So how do you become the person you need to be to make a success of this? Be truthful to yourself and ask for help. So we're constantly reminding people to ask us for the help, right? How do you become the person you need to be? You know, what does that mean? Well, what it means is that if you're coming into this program and you've never made 10k, 20k, 30k, doesn't really matter. If you've never had the outcomes that you're looking to achieve in this profession, then it's a guarantee that you are going to need to become somebody different to who you are right now. You have to grow. There's no way other than that. You will not make it. And so this is what we're teaching people. Growth. And growth only comes with a bit of pain, because there's no gain without any pain. And so we're teaching people to expect this, to understand that it's part of the process and the journey of getting to that success. And then good people like this are happy to comment on that because they've gone through it and they can now literally touch that success. And when this guy starts to actually get the results, I'm going to be doing an interview and I'll be sharing that information with you. So that's him, but there's more. Here's another guy here, a very different situation. Now this is somebody that's working full time, has purchased and invested in so many different programs and courses, not just in loan brokering, and has never made anything of it. Okay, so we were very frank when he joined us, and he came in, and very, very quickly he got into the same habitual patterns that meant that he got no results anywhere else. And we spotted this really quickly. So I jumped on a call with him. Well, it's not just me, by the way. There's other people in here, so I'm not the first person to jump on a call with him. But I jumped on a call with him, and we broke it down. What is it that you're doing that self-sabotages? Now, again, not to get too deep, but if we have this repetitive scenario in life where the same old scenarios happen time and time again, then you are in a situation where you have an habitual pattern. Subconsciously, you're doing these things to create exactly the same outcomes. And the way to fix that is to consciously and make you aware of what it is you are doing so we can change. It takes around 30 days to rewire the brain to form new habits. So what we're doing here is we're helping that happen. Gerald, our mindset coach now, is going through a number of sessions with this individual to help him unblock and understand that so we can actually move him forward to success. So part of that initially is to help this guy focus and stop procrastinating. There's a reason he's procrastinating. So it's to simplify what it is he needs to do every day. And we're doing that. And you can see there's a lot of people here that have also gone through those journeys that are coming in and adding their commentary. And then there's a guy here, exactly the same scenario. He joined and we didn't see much activity or results in the time frame that we expected to see them. So again, we reached out. We've had that conversation. And this guy's all good now. He knows exactly what he needs to do. And he's booked in for a number of sessions with our mindset coach. So you see where I'm going with this. Everybody's different. But everybody has their challenges. And it's not enough, we know this because we've been through it, just to give you some training, which, again, I would say this, but as much as that training is very good, it really does get into granular detail. It's not enough. You cannot win unless you have support. You cannot win unless you've got people that have already been through this pointing out where it is you're going wrong. Because often you might turn right and never know you've done the wrong thing until you're miles and miles down that road, when actually all you needed to do was just stay on the straight line that you're already on. Now, it's a really bad analogy, but you get what I'm saying. Often we don't know what we don't know. That's the reason we have the level of support that we have, because we do know, and it's our job to educate our community as to the things that they should be doing, the things that they should be focusing on to ensure they get success. So, I hope this is of interest, guys. I took a punt on whether this would work or not, but please let me know in the comments below, and if you want more of this sort of stuff, I'm more than happy to dig in, because we're just very, very conscious that there's a lot of hype out there, and we don't want you to fall into the trap of believing the hype, because this is real and it absolutely works. You can absolutely have time and financial freedom, but you have to know what it is you're getting into, and therefore be prepared and accept the need for change. And that's what we're helping support. It's when folks go through that change and that growth, the success lies on the other side. And that's why we have a high level of success, guys. So with that said, have a great day, and I'll see you on the next video.